Hello everybody and welcome to SportSource, your number one source of sports, and today we're talking about Karl Anthony Towns and his amazing start to the season and if he is the best center in the NBA currently. But before we do that, smash that like button and subscribe for more NBA news and discussions. Without further ado, let's begin the video. Now, before I start, I just want to say a couple of things. For one, I'm so excited that basketball is back, and I'm trying to try out a new style of videos and just uploading. So every time something happens in the NBA, I'm going to make a short video about it with 2K gameplay in the background. But if you want some real life footage, let me know. Music, if you want transitions, let me know all that. And then I just want to make the best viewing experience for you guys. But yeah, I'm starting kind of a new chapter with my channel because, I haven't been uploading a lot recently because I've been very busy. But now that basketball is starting, I'm getting back into that grind, and I want to make a video about Karl Anthony Towns, one of the biggest surprises so far in this NBA season. Although some people might find that Karl Anthony Towns' start to the season was a surprise, I don't really think it's that surprising for a couple reasons. First of all, when Jimmy Butler wasn't on the team last season, Karl Anthony Towns played great. He averaged like 27 points without Jimmy Butler and had some very, very, very great moments. And I knew that over a whole season of improvement and just trying to get better and just being on a whole team by himself for a whole year, that he would be better and put up very, very good numbers. And that's also why I picked him up in my fantasy team for fantasy basketball. He was my 4th overall pick, and I'm very glad I made that decision, and everyone else who picked him in their fantasy draft probably is too. Now, even though that Minnesota's only played 2 games, they are 2-0, and Karl Anthony Towns has been being a beast in these 2 games. He's averaging 33 minutes a game. He is averaging 36.5 points. He is averaging 3.5 steals, 2.5 blocks, 5.5 assists, 14.5 rebounds. Great shooting from 2-point range, 3-point range, and the field. Not shooting great from the free throw line, but I've seen some very, very big improvements from Karl Anthony Towns, and we're going to be talking about a couple of them. The first one is aggressiveness. Now, Karl Anthony Towns has the skill set. It's just that he's one of those players that hasn't been aggressive enough in his career so far. You see those memes of him trying to post up DeMarcus Cousins and, just being a little bit soft, and he's had some soft moments in the NBA. But, he's starting to look more aggressive and, trying harder, and that's something you want to see. That's something I've been seeing a lot out of some players this season, like Ben Simmons looks more aggressive out there, and it's just very good to see Karl Anthony Towns being more aggressive because it's resulting into more baskets and scoring opportunities for him. It's also resulting him to go to the free throw line more, which he has struggled with his career. Last season, he got 5.5 free throw attempts a game. Now he's up to 10.5 free throw attempts a game. He's going to the line more, and when you're a big body inside, you want to be going to the line as much as possible. Another thing I've noticed for Karl Anthony Towns is his very, very improved defense. Last season and just throughout his whole career, he's kind of been, made fun of because of his defense. He's been very overhated because of his defensive struggles at times, but this season he's looking very, very good defensively. Obviously, there's good defensive players around him like Okogie and Covington, and that's kind of contributing to him being better defensively. He's also playing in that work defensively, and I've always said that he has the tools to be an amazing defender in the NBA. He just needs to put it all together, and it seems like this season he's starting to put it more together. He's being more of a defensive presence, and he's averaging 2.5 blocks and 3.5 steals. He's looking more athletic, obviously more aggressive, which is leading to better defensive plays. And the Timberwolves are off to a great start, and most of it is because of Karl Anthony Towns' defense and just the defense of the team around him. Another thing that Karl Anthony Towns improved on was his playmaking. Now, he's a big man. He's a very mobile big man, but, he wasn't very a great playmaker. And we don't really see too many big men bringing up the ball and, playmaking like a guy like Jokic, for example. Like, not everyone's that level of playmaking. But Karl Anthony Towns is averaging 5.5 assists. He just looks smoother out there. His ball handling got really good. He actually has some handles now. His ball protection's better. And, just his playmaking vision in general and his passing has been very much improved, and just that's unselfishness as well. With being such a good player that could score 37 points a game, it's good to see that unselfishness and just getting the team more involved, even though that the team around him isn't the greatest. But we're going to be talking more about that in a little bit. Now, a big change for Karl Anthony Towns, other than the stuff I've already named, like his aggressiveness, his defense, and playmaking, has been the team around him. They're putting him into a system where he can succeed. When he was a rookie, he was still trying to find his way, and him and Wiggins were both trying to find their way together, like who was the star of the team, and they're both young, trying to develop together. Then they bring in Jimmy Butler, who's kind of the alpha dog, and Karl Anthony Towns kind of has to develop with Jimmy Butler as the first star, the star of the team, and, that was hard on him, and, Jimmy Butler's pretty hard on him, and Karl Anthony Towns. His work ethic has improved. I think that Jimmy Butler experience, even though it wasn't great for him, I feel like he can learn from that, and he has learned from that with his work ethic getting improved, his defense, and just his aggressiveness overall. Because, Jimmy Butler, I think, very heavily affected his aggressiveness and just his confidence on the floor in general. And now that Karl Anthony Towns is the main scorer on his team, that's a big reason why this team is succeeding. And now that he's given the keys to the offense and everything, he's been shining, and the team overall has been shining. Will this keep up? I am not sure, because it's only 2 games into the season. There's 82 games, and you can't overreact to things after the first 2 games of the season. But Karl Anthony Towns is looking very solid, and I said that before the season that he's going to put up MVP type numbers. It's just about the team around him, and the team around him isn't really based for winning. It's based for Karl Anthony Towns' team success. I think the team built around him is fine. There's not a second scorer for him, I'd say, unless you count Wiggins, but Wiggins has shown to me that, I made a whole video about Andrew Wiggins and how I still have a little bit of faith in him as a player, but that faith is very it's negating very fast, almost little to none faith in him. But Karl Anthony Towns is the first star on that team. Wiggins is doing okay. You got Kogi, who's a great defender. You got Roko, who's a great defender. 2 great defenders around Cat, which is very good to see. You have Jarret Culver, who I think needs more minutes. He could also arise as that second scorer. You also got Teague as kind of that facilitator, and not a whole lot of shooting, but you have good defenders, good playmakers, decent shooting on the team. And another thing about Karl Anthony Towns is he is shooting more threes, which I like to see. He's attempting 9 threes a game, and I don't see any reason why he shouldn't get the green light to shoot all the threes he can, because he has been able to hit them, and he is very effective from the 3-point range, and he is one of the deadliest, most versatile offensive weapons in the NBA. Definitely the most versatile and dangerous offensive weapon for the center position, and I think that they should utilize that more, and that's what I've been seeing this season so far. I think that the coaching and the culture and the whole team around Karl Anthony Towns has been improved, and that's one of the reasons that, Cat and the team has been doing very, very good as of late. Will this keep up? I'm not sure. Karl Anthony Towns was one of those players that if his team didn't show any promise, or, just in general, I feel like that he could have requested a trade. He seems like one of those guys, because when you're a player of that caliber on a team of that caliber, like the Bookers, the Beals, when Kemba was on Charlotte, you're looking to move around in the NBA. But Karl Anthony Towns, he seems content in Minnesota. Minnesota's trying to build around him, not just with players, but just building a system, building a culture around Karl Anthony Towns to make him succeed in the NBA. That's all for me now. What do you think of this video? What do you think of Karl Anthony Towns' hot start to the season? Will he keep it up? Let me know down in the comment section below. Also, let me know down in the comment section below if you'd like to see these kind of videos and what you would like me to do better in the next upcoming videos. I'm trying to find a new style and just make better content for you guys. Also, subscribe if you haven't already to join SportSource Nation. That's all for me now. I'll see you in the next one. Take care and goodbye.